Well, 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 best damn nation, beautiful people. It is Wednesday, and you know what time it is. It is the best damn wrestling podcast. I'm your host, Brian Renegade, and with me, I have the best damn crew. I got your boy. Hold up. First of all, I got to give everybody their just due. I got the boss of all bosses. Huh? Somebody call him the ultimate boss. Hmm? A Renaissance man, if you will. The GD of the best damn wrestling podcast. Your boy LP is in the building.
Going on, everybody?
Oh, next, I have the Sultan of Spices. Hmm? The pastry chef pimp. Senor Fuego himself. Chef Showtime. What's happening?
What's good? What's good?
Oh, what does this man not do? He does everything. Literally everything. He's tougher than your daddy, and he's your mama's favorite wrestler, Mr. Everything, Victor Andrews.
Yes. Those are all true. Those are all very true.
We are the best damn wrestling podcast. Fellas, can I get a Ric Flair woo?
Woo!
Yo, that was Ric Flair would be so disappointed in that woo.
Well, I'm not from North Carolina originally, so
Oh, you gotta put some respect on the great one's name, man. Ric Flair. Woo! Thank you for everyone for joining us. You could be anywhere in the world, but you ain't. You're right here watching your boys each and every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. For everyone who is in Radio Land, on iHeartRadio, on Pandora, on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcast, and right now you could say, Alexa, play the best damn wrestling podcast, and she will play it for you. Had to make sure my Alexa was on. So you can join us on all of those platforms. And fellas, let me go around the board. Let me see how y'all doing. LP, what's been going on, pal? What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Same old, man. Trying to stay busy out here. Trying to get a little bit of bread out here. A little bit of crumbs.
All right. Chef, what's happening?
Same old. You know, chilling, trying to take over the world.
I know that's right. Mr. Everything, what's going on?
nothing, man. I'm on the countdown. I got three weeks of school left, and I'm done. I'm gonna be finally done. I have my bachelor's in exercise science, so I'm excited.
Oh man, congratulations on that. Oh, claps and taps all around, sir. Scholarly, if you will. Congratulations. What school are you attending?
I don't want to say all that.
Most people are proud.
Yeah, most not. I'm at Shaw University, HBCU.
Ooh, you're gonna have a lot of bears mad at you for that one. You're supposed to show some bear pride.
Yeah.
One of the many great HBCUs in North Carolina. I'm an Eagle myself. I went to North Carolina Central University, so I'm going to rep that always and all day. You know what I'm saying? But fellas, let's talk about the world of wrestling. And you know how we do it each and every Wednesday. We have to do my favorite subject and segment. It's Hot Topics. So, I want to go back a little bit to something that happened on a past Monday Night Raw. There was a match between Dana Brooke, who was the current 24/7 champion. And if anybody doesn't know what the 24/7 championship belt was, it was a how would you classify the 24/7 title? Would it be a celebrity? I guess a celebrity type belt. No.
It's a legit belt. That is.
Just the R2
Yeah.
championship.
Yes. There it is. The R-Truth Championship.
I would call it an entertainment belt. You know what I'm saying? For sports entertainers and people who are in entertainment can receive this title. The only way that they can change hands is by pinfall, and literally you can pin anybody anywhere at any time. There were some people who made this belt very notable, and we just spoke on them a few minutes ago. R-Truth really made that belt.
Whoa.
Who else has brought enjoyment, pure childhood enjoyment?
Whoa. Where did that belt come
24/7?
from?
Who?
Where did that belt come from? That was the hardcore belt. Crash Holly, rest in peace. Crash Holly was the one who started that whole 24/7 thing. Let's not forget about Error.
I'm not.
We're talking about this era. We're talking about this
I'm
era
not
of the
comparing.
24/7.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Continue.
I'm not comparing the 24/7 championship to the hardcore championship. Those are two completely different belts.
But it's the same belt. They turned the hardcore belt into that belt. If I'm
I
not
refuse
mistaken.
to believe that, sir. That is false news. I refuse to believe that. That is false news. The 24/7 title, I would say it's an entertainment belt. You know, you were winning, and it always had some funny segments along with the belt. R-Truth and a couple of others have brought a lot of validity to the belt for being entertaining. Nobody really took the belt seriously. R-Truth took it seriously. I believe he won the belt like 44 times or some crazy number like that. But each time he won it, it was very entertaining and very funny. Since they took the belt off of R-Truth, they've been doing some lackluster segments, and then ultimately the belt landed on Dana Brooke. I don't know why. It just landed on Dana Brooke. So this past Monday, I believe, there was a match between Nikki Cross and Dana Brooke, where Nikki Cross won the 24/7 championship. I thought that they were going to add another title to Damage Control, joining the tag team championships with Dakota Kai and Io Sky, but they did not. Nikki Cross took the belt and threw it in the trash can. So I believe that's a sort of way of saying that they're trying to go away with the belt. They're not trying to have the 24/7 championship anymore. And I want to see how you fellas feel about it. I know we're going to have some strong opinions on it. So let me go ahead and switch to the genie of the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. What do you think about the 24/7 championship ultimately being trashed?
All right, first of all, I looked it up, and it did come from the Hardcore Championship. They changed it. So that belt is connected. I mean, I really felt like if they're going to get rid of it, they should have got rid of it. Nikki Cross should have held on to it because she ain't going to get no belt no other kind of way. So I don't know why she should have. I know we said it's kind of like a celebrity belt, but it's also like a belt that some of the backstage wrestlers you don't ever see, will get a couple of, get some airtime, jump in and get the belt. You don't see them again or whatever. So I think it was entertaining, but R2 definitely made it more entertaining. But the whole thing was entertaining for what it was. They should definitely keep it on. I hope it comes back. Maybe they wait for R2 to bring it back. But they need something for the backstage wrestlers that don't get nothing going on.
I agree with you on that standpoint. The belt really gave a lot of wrestlers something to do. Before then, everybody would be sitting in catering. So at least if you didn't have anything going on, if you didn't have any storylines, if you didn't have any segments, then you can chase for the 24/7 title no matter how degrading it may have been to some people, some former champions, they had something to do. They were on TV. They got seen some type of a way. Mr. Everything, let me ask you about that. What would you have done if you were given the 24/7 title?
I personally would have been running the entire time. I think I would have chosen the R-Truth method of just hide and seek and making sure that I never lose the title. And if I did, I got it right back. But I gotta say, I'm really surprised by LP's comments because he was the main one that said WWE got too many belts. They got too many belts. Nobody knows what to do with anything. They're not doing anything with none of the belts. They got too many belts. Huh?
I said they need to bring belts back. What are you talking about?
You said they had too many belts, and now they get rid of one. You said, "Oh, they need to bring them back." And I think it's a way to give some of the guys that's in backstage that's not doing anything. It's an opportunity to show them, like, we're gonna start giving you guys segments, like instead of having you run around being silly, being goofy or whatever, we'll actually make you work. So let's see what happens.
I got a question for you. Have you've been there before? Is it true that when you on screen, you get a certain amount of money, and if you're not on screen, you don't get no money, right?
No, you still get paid. You get paid the moment you walk through that door.
Okay, but you get more. You get more.
Yeah, you get more money on screen. You get more money in ring.
So that helps the guys get a little bit more money that they ain't getting. So, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But a lot of times, most guys don't mind not being on screen because they can sit backstage and eat that great catering food. Chef, you need to get hired by WWE and go out there and cook for them and make some of that gumbo, all that.
Oh man, Chef, what do you think about the 24/7 title, and do you think it should have been trashed? And if that's the case, what belt could they put in place to give other wrestlers something to go after?
The 24/7 title, it was cool. R-Truth made it what it was. But to me, I think they should bring more titles back. You feel me? Bring way more titles back because it'll make more people want to fight, make more people want to do more things on camera. Because right now, you see the same people all day, every day. With the 24 title, you see people running through the screens is doing dumb stuff. It was very entertaining to me. I liked it. I don't know why they trashed it, but I liked it.
I liked it when in the right hands. I think when it was in R-Truth's hands, you knew it was going to be funny. It was going to be something that was going to be entertaining. Drake Maverick had it for a small period of time, and he was doing some very funny things with his new wife at the time. That was very entertaining. Also, Akira Tozawa, who just had a big match on this past Monday night against Baron Corbin, was doing some really great things with the 24/7 title in R-Truth. And I think the common thread to that was R-Truth. So I enjoyed that belt. I'm sad to see it go because, like I said, I did know that it did a lot of things for a lot of wrestlers and it kept them busy to a certain extent. I would like to see something in place of that. I know we talked about the last podcast, maybe a European title making a reemergence, either on the main product or on NXT. I'm not sure what other belts that they can really bring to the forefront, other than like a secondary belt for the women. I think the women should have a secondary, like a IC title. I think that Dana Brooke was talking about possibly making the 24/7 title into that secondary belt for the women, which that would be interesting if you can change the meaning, but you would have to change the whole look of the belt and everything. You have to repackage it and then represent it, and you can still call it the 24/7 championship. I mean, that would be a workhorse belt, but I don't think that Triple H saw it that way. and ultimately they kind of scrapped the whole thing. So we enjoyed it, but I definitely would like to see something in place of that 24/7 title. All right. Also, this past Friday, we saw the crowning of the longest reigning tag team champions in the Usos. Fellas, are you feeling Usi tonight? Huh?
No.
Are you feeling Usi and juicy? Huh?
I gotta tell you, man, I love those segments with Sami Zayn in them because they look like they're having so much fun, and it's really hard to kind of keep character when you have somebody like Sami Zayn to say something crazy. And you're like, man, I can't with this guy right now. Like even Roman Reigns can be as tough as he wants to be, but he embraces character, but he makes it work in his own demeanor. Like he's like, this guy's a funny guy, and then he goes back into the whole tribal chief thing. So I love being Usi.
Oh man, it just I love that word, man. It just I don't know. It's funny. It's fun to say. It's fun to say. The Usos are your longest reigning tag team champions. LP, how do you feel about that?
I'm not all that excited about it, to be honest. I guess I'm one of them guys. I'm sorry. Because I technically feel like they not the longest reigning champion. Because when you say they're the longest reigning tag team champions, they haven't had both belts. So which belt are you counting? Like, you know what I'm saying? When the New Day had the belt, the New Day had a tag belt. I don't know which tag belt they had, but they had a tag belt, right?
That's
And they had
wrong.
three. So the Usos got two belts. So technically, one of them belts don't count. And I'm like, I feel like I'm the only person that noticed this. I'm just like, there's nobody else talking about this. Like, they are not the longest reigning champions with both belts. One of them belts don't count. But I don't know. Maybe they just combining it and just saying the hell with it.
I would dare say, even if you're trying to get into semantics like that, they're the longest reigning champions that's held two belts at the same time. So either way you look at it, they're still the longest reigning tag team champions.
Well, either way, I'm not gonna give them that credit because the Usos they don't wrestle enough. I'm sorry. I'm old. I'm old school. Like they don't defend their belt. You can't count on your hand how many times they defended their belts probably in the last 3 months. So the same way I'm about Roman, it's the same way I'm about them. Like if they fall all the time, I'll give them problems. But they should let the New Day needed that. They should let the New Day needed that win. Now they're back there in catering, helping the people pass out plates.
Well, it's the same thing as like Roman Reigns is saying that he's the longest reigning champion ever, but what belt is you counting that from? Is it counting the WWE or the Universal? But they keep saying longest reigning unified championship.
I mean, again, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Like nobody else can talk
I think
Okay, so I just looked it up. They're the longest reigning WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champion.
Yeah,
They held it since August 23rd, 2016 to current.
but they haven't been using
right?
SmackDown. That's the first
Oh,
time
I
I
say what? No, geez, they had it for a while since 2016. What
Yeah,
information are you getting that from? We got to check our sources. We got to check our sources. Oh, un momento, we got to check it. Hold up.
Lord.
Y'all continue. I'm gonna look this up. Y'all continue.
Oh man. So I'm gonna go ahead and congratulate the Usos, man. They have been killing it, along with the Bloodline, for about a year. I've been enjoying all of the segments that they've had. I love the dynamic of Jay and Jimmy, who are the Uso brothers. They're showcasing their family's history and the dominance within the wrestling field and entertainment. So, on behalf of all the fellas here at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast, man, we salute the Usos, man. You know what I'm saying? Got to salute your boys. Oh man. Also, I know we've been waiting on it. We've been seeing all of these vignettes and segments with your boy Bray Wyatt, and we were wondering who his first victim was or was going to be. And I think he may have found his very first victim in your boy L.A. Knight. Yeah. I'm interested to see that. L.A. Knight is very well known for his speaking and his entertainment value. I'm not sure if he's known too much for his wrestling. He can wrestle, he can go. Don't get me wrong. I just haven't seen a whole lot of wrestling from L.A. Knight. I love the L.A. Knight character, and I wanted to see what kind of challenge he poses to Bray Wyatt. Let me go around the board and see if you guys are interested in the L.A. Knight versus Bray Wyatt match. That's probably going to eventually happen within this next week or so. Mr. Everything, what do you think about your boy L.A. Knight versus a possible Bray Wyatt?
I'm not very excited about him, honestly, because it does nothing for either guy. It does nothing for either one of them. If Bray Wyatt beats him, what does that do for LA Knight? Where does he go from there? If he loses to LA Knight, then what does that do for Bray Wyatt? That kills complete momentum of returning and everything else. I think they just need to continue on with the Uncle Howdy thing. Let LA Knight go on and continue messing with Ricochet, and then later on come together, do something. But right now, it's too early.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that standpoint. Chef, what do you think about the LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt potential storyline?
I think it's going to be that match going to turn LA Knight to the dark side. He's going to be one with Bray Wyatt. That's what I can see. But that'd be like a good match that'll promote him. Then it shows. I think that Uncle Howdy's gonna come out of Bray, turn LA Knight to one of his little minions. It's gonna be nice.
Oh man, LP, do you see anything good coming out of the Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight potential match?
Yeah, kind of what both of them said. Like, I see parts of what both of them saying, because he's not gonna get nothing out of it. So the only way to get something out of it is if Bray turns him. Because when he first came at him, he came at him recruiting. He didn't come out there on no fight. So he was trying to recruit him. So I kind of think it's gonna be like how the Undertaker used to do the ministry, member by member. And then the other members just snaps off and just going or whatever. I kind of think they're gonna go that route. So I think if they go that route, it'll be beneficial for LA Knight, because I don't know who he is. A lot of other people don't know who he is unless they watch NXT. So they can give him a name for himself. But I think that's the only way that it works.
Okay. I think I'm with you guys, man. I don't know if I would have chose that matchup for Bray Wyatt's first match. And then it really doesn't do anything for LA Knight unless they have some type of a storyline come out of it, or if LA Knight joins Bray Wyatt, which I don't even know if I'm interested in that too much, because LA Knight is a talker. So I'm not sure how Bray Wyatt would do in a group full of strong personality people who can all speak, So I don't know if LA Knight would be a great addition to the Wyatt Six, but I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna not watch it, but I'm just not too interested in that matchup. I don't think it really does anything for anybody. If anything, I would have loved to see Braun Strowman come up to Bray Wyatt and then maybe they had an interaction. I would have got excited about that because I'm like, ooh, what's going to happen? Is he going to join him? Is he going to beat him? Is Braun Strowman just going to do his own thing? I would have loved to see that first, but they're going to eventually cross paths. When they do, it's going to be interesting. Get ready for that.
Bring it back to that point. You say LA Knight's a talker, right? So I would say he might be the rumbly rabbit that talks all the time, that talks too much.
Possibly.
Jeff over there writing for WWE.
But the boy just got his character back. So you tell me he's going to get his character back for 2 weeks and then change to another character?
Who cares? Who cares about his character right now? Be honest.
It happens.
I think a lot of people want to see LA Knight do good, man. I think he has potential. He looks good physically. He can speak. He's quick-witted. He's good in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see what LA Knight can do. But I'm really interested to see how he would do against a top-tier talent like a Bray Wyatt. Also, if he can stand toe-to-toe with Bray, I think they might, put a little shine on the boy. I don't know. Shit. You know what I'm saying? But, I like LA Knight. I like Bray Wyatt. Let's see what happens on Friday night. Moving on. Speaking of another dark presence, on Monday night, we saw the change of Austin Theory. Austin Theory looks like he lost his best friend, his dog died, and he just got angry. He's mad at everybody. Him and Dolph Ziggler on Monday night had a banger of a match. And then it showed Austin Theory beating the hell out of the legendary Dolph Ziggler. And then ultimately coming back at the end of the Seth Rollins. Who did Seth Rollins fight on Monday? Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Woo! Say, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor had a great main event match on Monday night. Austin Theory came back at the end of that match and beat the hell out of Seth Rollins. This is a darker Theory, a little bit edgier. I like his new look. I think he dyed his hair or something. His facial hair is a little more darker. His character is darker. And it all came from him losing the Money in the Bank contract and being ridiculed by everyone. What do you guys think about this darker Austin Theory character? LP, I saw your mouth wide open. You were waiting to speak. Go ahead.
He's doing the exact same thing Liv Morgan doing. Like, literally the exact same thing. Like, there's two things I'm tired of seeing. I'm tired of seeing, and then I'm tired of seeing people fighting and the security people come out 1 minute and it don't come out the next. How y'all gonna come out at one time, but when at the end people beat the hell out of Seth and then nobody come help, but they came out the first time. I think that if anybody would go to the Wyatt family, this would be like a total stretch. But with his darker side, I can kind of see maybe something like that could possibly happen, and he changed completely. Then I'll be down with that. But like other than that, Austin Theory just being a tough guy all of a sudden, I don't think it's gonna work. He's a good heel, but he's a good pretty boy heel. I don't see him being. They gonna do him like they did Baron Corbin. When Baron Corbin started going through homeless and whatever that stupid storyline they had him doing. So I think unless they gonna have Austin join the Wyatt family, he need to stick with himself. I'm not really feeling this Liv Morgan turnaround.
Why you keep calling Austin Theory Liv Morgan, man? That's
Look at doing the exact same thing. They doing that exact. Look how Liv been acting. Now she all crazy, and now he all crazy.
Yeah.
Call Kevin Owens.
I like the aggression that Austin Theory is showing. I think he really wants to show everybody that he's a top tier player, that he can really carry a show. I'm not sure how this is going to go. but it definitely leads to other areas. I still think he should have went down to NXT, but I mean, I guess he feels like he can be that main event player, and I think he should continue to try that. Switching gears a little bit, I want to go in the opposite direction, and I want to go to AEW. Um, your girl Paige, better known now as Saraya in AEW, is having her first match in over 5 years back on a wrestling product. She's facing Britt Baker, DMD, and an anticipated return back to the ring since breaking her neck. I believe it was it Sasha Banks, where she got an accident and broke her neck. I believe it was not Sasha.
I'm not.
I believe it was
somebody
Sasha. Maybe it was somebody else. But I do remember her breaking her neck, and she had an Edge kind of comeback, where after a major neck surgery and being told that you're not going to be able to wrestle or perform again, all of a sudden she gets this green light to go ahead and wrestle again. I want to see how you guys feel about the legendary Paige coming back to the world of wrestling, and do you think that she will bring some more star power to the AEW product? Let me go LP.
If she's healthy, I think everybody gonna be a little cringy at first, but if she's ready to go, WWE must didn't trust it enough because they gave her. She just had a movie not too long ago, and then it was like she was managing, and then she was just like fired or something. So I'll be wondering what be up with that. I feel like WWE didn't trust her back in the room. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either, and I'm not sure how she got clearance. Yeah, maybe she is a clean bill of health. I don't think that WWE wanted to take that chance on her. Let me ask Jeff, what do you think about Saraya return to the ring?
I'm a big Paige fan. I love it. I'm loving she's back in the ring. She was very entertaining, and she had a mouthpiece on her. That's what made her a well-rounded wrestler right there. Like, I would have rather seen her come back to WWE and do that debut. Like, she can go against Bianca Belair, AEW is, but I'm happy she's back.
Yeah. Mr. Everything, how do you think that Paige will perform? Do you think she will perform differently after, her injury, or do you think she will go balls to the wall and try to put on the show for her first match back?
Well, the main thing I believe, she has the right people around her, like Bryan Danielson, who has also been through the same situation where he was told that he would never be able to wrestle again. So I'm sure she's been around the right people to start training the way she needs to, so that way she can perform the way she needs to. And that's the biggest key thing, the biggest key element to being able to get back in the ring and start the training. So that way you know exactly what your limitations are and what you can do, what you can't do, what you're willing to try. Because, it's a neck injury. So you're nervous. You're worried about injuring yourself again, making yourself even worse. The neck injury is the hardest thing to come back from. So I think she's going to go out there and do exactly what she can. She's going to test it out, see what she can do in front of the crowd. Because training and moving around and doing some stuff is one thing. Get in front of that crowd and feeling that energy is another thing. You may want to go out there and try to do something that you wasn't really expecting to do, and then you mess around and mess yourself up. So it's only a matter of time to see what she's going to do. I think her first match is with Britt Baker, isn't it?
Yeah, with Britt Baker. Yep.
So I think they'll be fine. Britt Baker is a pretty good talent, and I think they'll do just fine with each other.
Yeah, I think a lot of fans are excited to see Paige back. But to be honest with you, with a big name like Paige returning to wrestling and returning to a wrestling product like AEW, who's a little bit more loose on their safety practices, I would say. in ring work. You know, their wrestlers really don't they really don't care about the health of the other person sometimes. I could tell it in the match. You know, they're really very spotty, and those spotty moments can cause a lot of injuries. But I'm happy to see Paige back. I want to see her debut. Hopefully, she doesn't lose a step at all, and she can be a dominant player in the women's roster. Um, I'm gonna switch back over to WWE because since we're on this injury topic or returning back from an injury, we have some people who are out with an injury, and we're closely looking for their return. Right now, on the current main roster injury list, we have Randy Orton, who just took a picture recently in recovery. I believe he had a back surgery, if I'm not mistaken. And he looks like he's recovering well. So, you know, I'm ready to see the Viper back in the ring. Becky Lynch, who is out on injury. You also have Rey Mysterio. R-Truth, who just got injured in NXT with Grayson Waller. Kevin Owens is on the injury list also. Of course, Big E. We all wish Big E a speedy recovery for him to come back. Roderick Strong of the Diamond Mine, he's on injury list and down in NXT. You also have Cody Rhodes, who's been hitting at a comeback coming up soon. So hopefully we can see him for the Royal Rumble. We also have Logan Paul during his debut. Debut championship match. I can't say debut match, but debut championship match with Roman Reigns, your tribal chief. He had a ACL and meniscus tear in his leg. Injury. I'm not sure if it's a tear or not, but it's an injury. And so I want to see Logan Paul come back. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna circle back around the Logan Paul thing because I have something that may be a big news for people. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this injury list. We have Natalia, Rick Boogs, who I miss Rick Boogs on Friday, on Fridays with Shinsuke Nakamura. Robert Roode. I was wondering what happened to Robert Roode, but I guess he's been out on injury for a while. Tiffany Stratton, who's down in NXT. You also have Tommaso Ciampa, who is on Monday Night Raw, and Aaliyah, who is on the SmackDown product. So we all wish you guys a speedy recovery. But let me circle back around to Logan Paul, who is potentially being cited as an opponent at next year's WrestleMania for the one and only John Cena. Have you guys seen that news?
I see.
Cat got your tongues?
I see.
I instantly got a headache.
I'm tired.
Oh man, why you hating on your boy? Huh? Why you hating on your boy? You know what? I don't want to see it, but I know it's going to happen, and I'm gonna watch it. To be honest with you, what do you think about? What do you think about Logan Paul as a potential challenger against the great John Cena? Since he already looks like he's having a conniption and a stroke and a heart attack all in one, Mr. Everything, what do you think about this potential match?
When you say potential, like, what do you mean in potential? Like, I don't see no potential in this. Of course, he's gonna go under. You know, he's not beating John Cena. That's an immediate. You're out of there, brother. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. There's no way you're gonna have him come in there and did he beat Miz? He beat Miz.
He beat the Miz. He beat the Miz.
Yeah,
and he
the
beat
Miz
Rey
is not,
Mysterio.
the Miz is not John Cena.
He pinned Rey Mysterio
With his own daggone move too. Yeah, circle
that
back.
was
Circle back to me another show. Another show. That's sports
that was
show.
that was kind of cold blooded. That was kind of cold blooded. Chef, what do you think about a potential match between John Cena and Logan Paul?
I'd rather get my teeth pulled.
Where is the love, fellas?
I'm
Where
tired
is
of
the love?
Logan Paul. Like
Oh man,
the match
LP.
with Roman Reigns shouldn't have been how it was at all. No.
Man,
Logan Paul is the money maker right now. Just making WWE more money. That's it. That's all.
LP, can you be a light in a dark tunnel? What do you think about John Cena versus Logan Paul?
Okay, first of all, let's not ever say that he's on the main roster. He's not he's a part-timer. He's not on the main roster. Get him off the injury list. Put him on the part-timer list. I think that's just something that fans been talking about. Just like they keep on saying The Rock and Roman. Like, that's just something made up. I don't think the WWE is looking toward that at all. If it was to happen, I hate to say this, but if they was to do it, John Cena will let him win. And I only say that because John Cena don't got nothing. John Cena lost the last time he came back, famous thing. Like, John Cena would do that to enable to push him higher. Because everybody knows John Cena was known to not give people chances. And ever since then, John Cena been trying to get rid of that, that title. Everybody know how he did the Nexus and everything. So he will let Logan Paul win. Like, they're not gonna have Logan Paul lose again. Like, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's just fans putting it out there and speculating. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
They're putting him out there as a potential person. I also could see. I can also see Austin Theory versus John Cena match. That would be an interesting match, even though probably a lot of people wouldn't show a lot of interest for that. But I think that'll be a great opponent for John Cena. Their styles will match up, and I think they can do some good storytelling together. But Logan Paul versus John Cena would be a big money match.
Who was the last person John Cena wrestled?
Roman Reigns.
Yeah. So
Which I saw them live. I saw Roman Reigns versus John Cena live. It was very interesting. But yeah, that was the last person that he faced. Pre-Roman Reigns, I'm not even sure who John Cena's last opponent was, to be honest with you.
The Undertaker.
Was it The Undertaker? That was back in 2016, maybe? Oh.
No, that was like 2019.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
He did good. He lost, right?
Yeah. Undertaker choked him out.
Yeah, I remember that.
If that's the case, maybe he will get. He need a win.
I think he might need a win, sir.
They bring him back. Then he probably like, I don't lost the last 2 times. I'm not losing this time, so let me take that back then.
Yeah. Now we just mentioned your main man, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and in our entertainment section, I want to do something a little bit different. This November, it's the first time that we've seen a DC universe and a Marvel universe being led by people of color that are breaking box office records. This past week, we saw Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson congratulate Wakanda Forever, the movie, for its opening day. And I could see a little healthy competition there. But for the top of the Marvel and DC cinematic universe are sitting people of color. That comes representation. A lot of black, brown, and yellow and green people and kids of all ages are looking up to these powerful figures that are otherwise being shown in a negative light in other spaces. But for the movie realm, this is really, really good. I want to see what you guys think about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing Black Adam. Have you guys checked the movie out yet? And what do you think about Black Adam and Black Panther or Wakanda Forever showing more prominent people of color in a leading role? Let me go, LP.
I mean, I haven't watched Black Adam yet. I was gonna watch it, but I'm waiting for it to come out on one of my little apps where I watch free movies.
We do want to support piracy here at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast.
I'm a big Rock fan, but my thing was I wasn't in the rush to see Black Adam just because they took too long to do it. This movie been in production since 2009, so it's like it took them forever to get this movie done. But still, it was great to see. I'm a Black Adam fan, but the movie is more about The Rock being Black Adam than Black Adam being The Rock. But with Black Panther, that's you got black and you got Hispanics, and that's the main two races or the two cultures that they pretty much talking about in the movie. And it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful movie from beginning to end. Was it perfect? Now I had a couple little things. I'm a nerd, so it had a couple little things. I'm like. But it was a real great movie. It was an emotional movie, and it's for the culture. I mean, that movie is 100% for for us, like you said, in a good light. And it was good to see Black Adam, but they should have known that The Rock, Black Adam going against Black Panther. I'm glad The Rock congratulated him because Black Panther made this weekend what Black Adam has made since it's been out. So, there was never going to be no competition. It's Marvel and the DC. But it's still definitely good to see, probably in the top 5 movies right now. I know both of them are listed. If they're not 1 and 2, they should be between 1 and 3. But it's always good to see movies led by people of color, Black or Samoan. It's always a good thing to see.
Oh man, Chef, have you had an opportunity to check out any of the movies, and what do you think about the representation of strong people of color who are in the leading roles?
I think it's great, finally. But I watched Black Adam. I loved it. The Rock played that part to the T. If you like the comics of Black Adam, you're gonna like the movie. The Rock did that. But it was two. It was two people, and that and Black Adam was Black Adam. Then it was
Hawkman.
He's in it. That was something new to me. Usually they have a little white guy playing them, but they had a black dude playing Hawkman. It was nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the actor's name. I know I've seen him on a lot of movies before. He played in Straight Outta Compton and a couple of other movies. And his name escapes me, so forgive me, Best Damn Wrestling Podcast, but I'll get that to you. But the guy that plays the character Hawkman, they changed the race of the character to a black man. They've done that in the comic books before. I've seen Hawkman as a black man before, but they did it on the main screen for everybody to see. And so that was very interesting to have two black men in that movie who were playing leading roles. Mr. Everything, what do you think about the representation of Black Panther within the actual movie, the Wakanda Forever movie, and what about the Black Adam franchise? How do you feel about those?
I think it's amazing representation. I think it's been a long time coming, but it's just right on time. With everything that's going on in society with the Black culture and the Latin community. So as far as Black Panther, I have not seen Black Adam yet, but I've heard really good things about it. But yeah, Wakanda Forever was definitely an amazing representation of everything. And truth be told, it showed how greedy the U.S. is and how fearful they are. Because Wakanda wasn't bothering nobody. They was chilling, minding their own business, and all the U.S. wanted to do is take their resources and use it for their own selves, and was worried about Wakanda doing something to them. Like, oh, we ain't even looking your way. We are not looking your way. We are sitting here, minding our own business, grieving our king. Okay, We are not bothering you. Okay.
That is the worst. That is the worst Wakandan accent.
Listen. I never said I can do accents very well. Okay. All right. Listen.
Jamaican. That sound like Jamaican.
Oh
Okay.
man.
That's my Kofi Kingston style.
Yeah,
There it is. The old Kofi. I haven't seen Wakanda Forever yet. I've been sick the last past weekend, so I haven't had a chance to go and check it out. But I did watch Black Adam. I watched the movie Black Adam in 4DX. If you guys have not watched the movie in 4DX, I would implore you to do it at least one time. But you cannot do it if you're pregnant, if you've ever had epilepsy or something like that. The ride is rough. You would think, I went into it thinking it was like a Disney ride. You know, the seats move a little bit, they squirt water in your face, there's lights and stuff going off. And when I watched the Black Adam movie, it first started with the Wakanda Forever trailer, where everything was synced to the Wakanda Forever trailer. I thought that was cool. After that trailer, I was like, hell, this movie is 2 hours long. I don't know if I can do this for a whole 2 hours. Fellas, it felt like The Rock whooped my ass for 2 hours straight. I was thrown around, my neck was hurting, my spine was crooked. I couldn't sleep that night. It was harsh on me. I just watched everybody in the crowd just get whiplash. Every time they got punched, you got punched. So if you haven't checked out a 4DX theater, check out one near you. I would say go there because it gives you a different experience. But if you're a little bit older, if you're not equipped to take all that punishment, I wouldn't recommend. I would recommend you just watching it regular or just sit in the aisles and watch everybody get whiplash. But it was a great experience. I enjoyed the Black Adam movie. I'm excited to see where this franchise goes. I think this is something that's fresh and new for the DC cinematic universe. It's something that a lot of people are interested in. I want to see more of it. I want to see where those characters go. And I think I'm not going to say it's leveling the playing field because they still got a long way to go. But it's a good introductory to DC because DC always produces good villains. That's what I will say. DC always has really good villains, and the introduction of Black Adam, who is a villain, is going to be good. If I'm thinking about it now, the top movies for DC have all been movies that are based on villains. The Joker, The Suicide Squad, and now Black Adam. All of those movies have done really well. Even Birds of Prey with Harley Quinn, those were some pretty decent movies. I enjoyed all of those movies more than the Batman and Superman movies. I didn't care too much for them. I do love a bad guy though. And I think for a lot of people who haven't seen the Black Adam movie, they're going to be very, very surprised at what they see. In the first introduction to the Black Adam character, he grabs a dude by his throat and electrocutes him to death.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. So if you have not seen the Black Adam movie, or if you have not seen Wakanda Forever, I would implore you to go and check that out and support great content. So fellas, it's been a lot happening in wrestling, a lot going on, and we have to go to Mr. Everything and ask him, Mr. Everything, well, sorry about that. That was wrong there. Sometimes things happen. You know what I'm saying?
That happened.
Yeah. I think I might need a Snickers break. But we got to ask Mr. Everything. What was your match of the week?
Of course, it's no question here what the match of the week was, and of course, it would be the Usos versus the New Day. Um, Amazing match as always. These guys go out there and put out a clinic. I have not been able to see Monday Night Raw yet, but I did hear really good things about the Matt Riddle and Chad Gable match. So I will be going back to look to check that out and see what would happen with that. These are two great competitors, but match of the week is going to go to the Usos and the New Day.
Awesome. That was a banger of a match, man, and I really wanted to see more. I wanted the New Day to pull that win off. I ain't gonna lie. I did want the New Day to protect their legacy. So we got new champions, y'all. That was a banger of a match. It was so good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to more interactions between the New Day and the Usos. I think they have one of the best rivalries in wrestling, to be honest with you. Moving on. LP, we got to come to you, my brother. It's been a lot of moments in wrestling. So we have to ask what LP's best damn moment is.
All right, my best moment comes from Raw. At the end of the show, when I turned it off. Because that show was awesome. That was the best moment of my life. Was horrible. Raw was not looking good. It was trash from beginning to end for me. So if I got to give it to an actual match, or actually anything that happened, I give it to the best moment was from SmackDown at the end. Even though I'm kind of sick of Drew McIntyre showing up, but the fact that they kind of preluded what they're gonna do at War Games, the boy showing up, jumping. I still wanted to know what Roman was about to do. I don't know if they're gonna ever go back to that. That was more important to me. But I guess if I got to give a good moment than anything, definitely not enough for Raw. Throw Raw in trash. But SmackDown, I gotta give the best moment to when the boys at the very end of the
The Drew coming out with the Brawling Brutes was a surprise for me, but Drew is a great fit for the Brawling Brutes. And if Drew needed to join any group of guys in any type of faction, I think it would be the Brawling Brutes. It just makes sense. He fits in. Sheamus is a great mouthpiece, but Drew is a greater mouthpiece. They really complement each other in a lot of ways. They've had some banger of some matches, man, where they tore the house down in every single competition that they faced each other. So I enjoy seeing
they were tag team
the Brawling Brutes. Was that?
And they were tag team champions.
Yeah. Former WWE champions, both of them former tag team champions together. I would love to see more from the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre, and I think he should join the Brawling Brutes. Like I said, it just makes sense. And then Drew would have some backup. He would have some backup against the Bloodline. And anybody that's on SmackDown, if you do not have some eyes and ears, you are going to struggle. You are going to struggle. So I agree with you. That was a pretty great moment. I think an even better moment was when Sheamus came back after getting married.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. But after getting beat down and written off TV, and then get married, and then coming back. He had a moment where he was, it was hype. The energy was there. And then he started talking on the microphone, and the microphone stopped working. And it took all the air out of the room, all the presence out of it. And Roman Reigns was like, this guy can't be serious. You talking about you want to compete against me? You can't even get the mic to work. Oh, God. Great segment. great segment. And he was like, I don't need the mic to work. I can tell you up to your face. And they all rushed in the ring, and then everybody started fighting. Everybody hit somebody. So, it was a great moment to see Sheamus back, man. I was waiting for that. So War Games looks like it's shaping up, fellas, man. You know, in the women's division. We just saw Mia Yim join Bianca, Alexa, and Asuka against Damage Control, which has Bayley, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, Nikki Cross, and now Rhea Ripley. So we're waiting for to see who else is going to join Bianca and Alexa on their team. But the women are looking like they're shaping up. And then the men with the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre versus the Bloodline, that look like that's going to be also a great match. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, fellas. I hope you guys are too.
Ain't this a Bible game 505?
I think it's going to be 5-on-5. Yeah,
So
I think it's going to be 5-on-5.
Who do you think, if they Brawling Brutes is against the Bloodline, who do you think they going to bring out? Because you know the Bloodline going to bring out Sami Zayn as a fifth member.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fake. That's fake, right? Same is not really real. Cause I know he had that cast on.
Yeah, he had a arm brace on.
Did he?
Yeah, I thought he had a cast. Right?
But how many times has Sami Zayn came out to the ring with an arm brace, acting like he's hurt, then fuck somebody up?
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a full match. I'm still. I'm wondering who the female gonna be. Like, it's gonna be Charlotte Flair.
No,
Female. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. It's somebody that's on Raw though. I'm not sure who that's going to be.
yeah, it's gonna be Becky. Charlotte.
It might be Becky.
Charlotte just recently got pulled from.
Maybe Doudrop.
Maybe drop that out of. Do drop that idea out of your head. Thank you.
If Becky joins the War Games, she gonna join Bianca. She's gonna be a Bianca team. You seen the match off in SummerSlam when they was inside the ring. They gonna go at it.
If it's Becky, then they gonna win. But if it ain't Becky, I want to say they gonna lose. I don't know. Right now, with them adding Rhea to the team, Rhea was a better pickup than this other lady, y'all. She didn't impress me in her match. She didn't. I'm sorry. I know it's early. She didn't impress me. Rhea on that team, they look good. Even Nikki Cross, she's annoying, but she can't, she can't wrestle. Like their team.
In fact, all of these women have been in War Games, haven't they? Well, no, Bayley hasn't. Bianca has.
Mia haven't.
And Mia haven't.
I don't know. All of them came from NXT. But I'm not sure if they competed in the War Games match. I haven't seen the women's War Games match. I've only seen the men's. So Best Damn Nation, if you have that.
And Io.
Yeah, I believe Io has, for real. I've seen Io jump off the cage.
Yeah.
I do remember Io. Io jumped off the cage. That was insane.
Dakota was in it because she turned on her team when she slammed the cage on the girl's arm. Dakota.
I did see that match. See that match. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that, man. But that was a great match. I'm excited about War Games, man. It's a good fit for Survivor Series. That type of match is a really good fit for Survivor Series. Before they had SmackDown versus Raw, I think they're doing it a little different this time around. But I'm excited to see it, man. I know you fellas are too. All right. So this past week, we came to Mr. Everything. You're saying, Mr. Everything. We want to know the behind the scenes. We want to know how moves come together. We want to see how can you slam a man on his head and not crush his entire spine. So we had to come to the expert, and he has gracefully gave us insight to Mr. Everything's Academy of Wrestling. So before we show this clip, Mr. Everything, can you explain what the people are about to see?
Yeah, so my trainer is C.W. Anderson. He's a ECW original. He's worked with WWE, WCW. He's been all over Japan. He started training me when I first started. Now I train him and the other guys in different aspects of my background, as far as like the boxing, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the grappling. What you're getting ready to see is the guys actually doing some grappling stuff. Grappling assists you in knowing how to get out of certain maneuvers and being able to think on the fly. A lot of people don't know how to do that, which is why they get lost and have botches in their matches.
All right. So hang tight as we take you to Mr. Everything.
And then that's all you do. Is you just start playing around and get to that point. And you, like we said earlier, never lose contact. That's why when he was reversing a while ago, I kept my hand on it, even though he didn't have anything. Crowd's not going to see that. It's that contact and just coming up when you're ready. Because chain wrestling is not that scientific, and it's not an A, B through Z move. It's just making up shit and come up with it as you go. And that's all you got to do. That's why in here, you chain wrestle. You chain wrestle, you chain wrestle. And it's going to get better. The guys that have come here didn't know how to chain wrestle. By the time they got done, they were getting in here stretching other guys, because that's all you do. So just play around with it. Gonna practice. You can reach through like that. Ooh. Like here. You got that. Now come back. One way. Here. Or you can go like this. Coming through. Like that.
That's the one I like.
Which is going to let him roll over, and my ankle's right there already for him to get to that. And he can just like act like he's doing something. You're never moving this, you're moving that. So when you lean back, your head lays back, but that never goes with it. So yeah. Nothing.
That's the one I like. Oh man. Tell us
Those
a little
ankle
bit about
kicks and
that
those
clip.
straight knee bars. Yeah, so he was showing them the best ways to do some quick ankle picks and knee bars, to utilize, different methods to get your opponent off of you and get yourself out of a bad predicament and put them in a worse predicament without putting yourself in trouble all over again. So that's pretty much what they were doing. Just chain wrestling, moving around, filling each other out, see where you're at and see how you can get out of it.
Awesome, man. What benefit does chain wrestling have for new wrestlers? Like learning how to chain
The
wrestle.
main thing it helps them. The main thing it helps them to be able to work their match. A lot of guys want to get in there and they want to flip, they want to jump around, they want to come off the top rope. But the fans, they have a small attention span, so they're going to be watching like, okay, what just happened? I missed it. You have to be able to give them something to kind of get invested into. Chain wrestling helps the investment of the match. It helps the emotions of everything. It also helps you as far as your cardio. You're not going to blow yourself up. You're not going to get tired really fast. And it shows trying to gain an advantage over your opponent, whether it's the guy getting over on you or you getting over the guy. So that's pretty much what chain wrestling helps with.
Awesome. I thought that was a great clip in trying to show young wrestlers how to maneuver and how to do submissions. I was watching closely because I was like, I'm gonna hit somebody with that one day. I'm gonna just get on the ground and grab their leg, twist them, tap. So I'm gonna learn that. You know what I'm saying? But thank you, Mr. Everything, for that clip, and thank C.W. Anderson for allowing us to show that clip. You are a member of the Best Damn Nation, sir. We salute you. So, fellas, some wrestlers and some people deserve an award of sorts. Something to let them know to not ever do what they just did ever in life again. I have this week's nominee for the WTF Award.
What the? What's that? What the? What's that?
Oh man, this week's nominee for the WTF Award is none other than soggy ass Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio had a match against the great Shelton Benjamin, who I haven't seen wrestle on TV in a minute. Shelton Benjamin is the certified legend. He can't talk worth shit, but he is a great wrestler. He was part of the faction, the Hurt Business, former tag team champion, former IC champion. Shelton Benjamin is a bona fide Hall of Famer. And we saw soggy ass Dominic beat Shelton Benjamin this past Monday. The match was horrible. The boy ran damn near the whole match. He kept getting in and out the ring. The Judgment Day kept jumping in to kind of help him. He kept trying to hide behind Rhea Ripley. I thought he looked horrible. Did you guys get a chance to see that? And what do you think about Dominic's match on Monday Night Raw? Let me go LP and see what you say.
I actually didn't watch Raw live like I normally do. I watched it on Hulu, and I guess Hulu wasn't worthy of showing because it wasn't on Hulu. So I didn't know nothing about it.
You ain't missed nothing.
Yeah,
nothing. Yeah.
I hate that Shelton Benjamin is used as a jobber. He just lost to Austin Theory Monday before last. I hate they doing him like that. But, Dominic is a bum. He needs to go. I don't know what they can do with that.
Oh man, Chef, what do you think Soggy Dom needs to do, man, to make his character get strong?
Quit.
Damn shame, sir.
Right
Damn
now,
shame.
he's giving the Mysterio name a bad image. He just needs to quit. You know, because every time I'm seeing him, he's always banging up on the ground, put his hands up, saying, "Please, no." Like, why are you wrestling for? Like,
oh man, Mr. Everything, what do you think Dom needs to do to become a more dominant figure on the Judgment Day?
They need to go come on down to the Indies for a while. We'll help him. Come on down to the independents. Let us work with him for a little bit. I mean, truthfully, I think Dom was thrown in a little too fast. And like we keep saying, go down to NXT, learn a couple of things, build up your character, and then maybe sometime down the line, come to the main roster. But right now, you're not doing anything.
Yeah. It looks like every time there's an altercation with the Judgment Day, Dominic is hiding behind everybody. He looks like a little kid, man. Like, you know, it's just hard to watch. It's really hard to watch. And then he disrespects Eddie Guerrero every time he does his move. He does the little shoulder shuffle, just like most Hispanic wrestlers who looked up to Eddie. And Dominic had a real relationship with Eddie. But
it might be daddy.
It might be his daddy. You know, people say that. I ain't gonna say who, but people say that. People say that Eddie Guerrero is Dominic's daddy. I'm not sure how true that is. I think Ray would differ, but man, that was I didn't like that showing at all. Dominic looks weak, man, and I really want to see more from him, but I don't want to see more of him. I want to see more from him. I just don't want to see more of him. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, Chef, showtime. We get a little hungry, man, and we got to come to you and ask you, what was your best damn recipe?
Oh, this week, my best damn recipe was some chicken empanadas. You know, that's like a two-step process. You know what I mean? You got to make the dough. The dough got to be delicious. Then you got to make the filling for your empanadas with your vegetables. Like me, I make the chicken. You can either use beef, you can use pork, but I use my chicken. Then I put some vegetables and rice. That was an amazing meal. My little sour cream on top. I was in love.
Awesome, man. That sounds absolutely delicious. Fans, if you want to make and try the best damn chicken empanadas, you go to the BD Wrestling Podcast page on Facebook and get that recipe from the one and only Chef Showtime. All right. Oh, man. We have dwindled down to 2. Mr. Everything had to step out. His phone started to overheat, and Chef just popped in like popcorn. There you go. There you go. He's back in the place to be.
My bad. I plugged my little thing on accident.
No, that's all good, brother. But, fellas, it has been a great show. A little longer than we usually go, but hey, we had a lot to talk about. Fellas, tell the beautiful people what you got going on and where can they find you.
All right, same thing for me as always. Photo shoot. That's my main thing right now. You can follow me on Instagram, One Click Photography Shoot. You can follow me on TikTok, One Click Top. I have to remember this time what my TikTok was. Those are the main things. Check me out. You need some photos. Christmas is coming up. You need those family portraits. About to set something up for that too. All day, every day.
Do you travel?
Oh yeah, I travel. As long as you take care of the traveling, I travel. Yes. Yes.
If you pay the tickets in the hotel room and some gas and maybe some food, LP will be in the building taking pictures for you.
Yeah.
Oh man. Thank you, sir. Chef Showtime, where can the people find you and what you got going on?
You can find me the same place, Dante's Kitchen or Dante's Corner or on TikTok and Twitch, Chef Showtime. But right now, I'm thinking about opening back up my kitchen, start doing my little catering business again. That's what I'm thinking about. To make sure my work schedule ain't overwhelming me so I can do both of them again.
Well, if you do, sir, you better put the best damn chicken empanadas on there.
Quit your job, do it 4 times.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that, but like, nah, you need the extra income. How stuff is rising right now, because gas is gonna go back to $20 a gallon. So you know we gonna need the money.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But Chef, man, you got our support, and you got the support of the best damn nation whenever you get that up and cracking. But for right now, everybody can check out your delicious recipes and see that Chef be chefing. You understand what I'm saying, huh? All right. And my name is Brian Renegade. You can find me on all platforms at Brian Renegade. And if you want to follow the show, you can follow us on Instagram at The Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. You can follow us on our Facebook page at Best Damn Wrestling. You can follow us on our Facebook page group at the BD Wrestling Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Best Damn Crew, and you can follow us on Twitch at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. And if you want to support your boys, if you want to support what we have going on, you can go to our Patreon, www.patreon.com/The Best Damn Wrestling Podcast, to support your boys for only $5. Five times. For only $5. You can support your boy and join the Best Damn Nation. We have all kind of paraphernalia. We got socks, we got hoodies, we got hats, we got shirts, we got shoes, and we got condoms. Whatever you want, we got it at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. I lied about the condom part. I just thought that was funny. But anyway, join our Patreon. We're not going to be responsible for no best damn babies. You understand what I'm saying? But join our Patreon and support your boys in our growth. And you can also go to our website, www.thebestdamnwrestlingpodcast.live, LIVE, to also support your boys there. Fellas, beautiful people, and Best Damn Nation, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time on the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. Fellas, I'll see you next Wednesday. Beautiful people, a peace out.